Good morning, traders. Hope y'all doing well, man. I was coming at you with my recap before I head out to the gym, and kind of show you what I was looking at this morning. So there was only a few that hit my scanner, which was Sarah SERA and T9 and PGY, which I think is Peggy. Peggy was a no go for me off top because it had a float that was too big. Sarah T9 had a better float, but but it was we'll get to have a look at it. And then Sarah was the one had a bigger flow, a little bigger than I like, but it was moving, and it was essentially setting up to rotate the float, which is one of the number one things I look for. If it ain't even gonna rotate the float, I don't even want to trade it. So let's go ahead. Let's break down Sarah first, because this is the one I took a trade on, and unfortunately I lost, but we'll go over the why in a second. Um, So here we go. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is Sarah on the 1 minute, and what I like to do is just kind of go back. Remember, my red lines are daily resistance. So it had daily resistance at 215. Okay, and then my green lines are just swing highs, and then my yellow lines are like areas that I like to buy. So if we go back over here, let me squeeze this down a little bit. We'll see that it kind of set up a swing high here, swing high there, swing high there, and another. I think. Oh, I put the wick, and I looked at the wick of this as well. Just thought this whole area could have been bought. But what I liked about this golden area is, look, it came to it, it rejected it, it broke through it, came back to it, and then it stabilized and kind of bounced. It got sideways, is what it did. This thing really could have set up the gun pattern and took off, but it just didn't. But either way, this is what I like, and so I made a mistake that I said I got to really focus on. Okay, where should this top line be? Okay, so we see here's the support area. There's wick here and there's wick here. Okay, so it can be anywhere between this wick down to here. And I said last week, I'm always going to look for that area where it took off on the 1 minute, where the body of the candle is. Okay, this is where it should have been at 201. Okay, and I had it at down here at, I think, two even. Okay, and so I was being a little tight with my entry, and instead of getting in at 201 or 202, I had my order over here at 198. I was playing this lower line, but when you look at this lower line, there's no body or a candle of a there's no body of a candle that's really igniting right there. And so, if you're gonna take your shot, the best shot has to be taken 1 penny over 201. I always go no more than 1 to 3 pennies over my entry level, right? And so I really should have had an order for 202 to 203, and I was looking. At the end of the day, it was clear that there was some daily resistance at 215. Okay, and but it tried to break it, and it got to 219, and then we'll see. This is exactly what it does. It comes in. I'm sitting at 198 getting excited. It comes right in. The low of this candle is 201. Um, so it goes to 201, and literally in 2 minutes, within the minute that it came in, and then the next minute it ran up to 221. So essentially, it hit the target, because this was the high in the pre-market. So that was my target, was 221. And it did a little bit better. Actually, hold on. This line is 219. Excuse me. Target was 219. If it really would have got going, meaning it really rotated its float and the news was good, I would have been thinking that it would have got up here. But that's only when they really rotate their floats and the news is good, and people come. Now this thing might come later in the day and shoot off, because one of the things that a lot of traders like to do is, when they see something that's holding its value and it's already rotated its float several times over, especially if it hasn't 10x, I would not be surprised if I came home by 1 o'clock and this thing ran up here. Wouldn't surprise me because the potential is there for it, simply in the float. Okay, the float alone gives it the opportunity. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, so I needed to take that here. It came back and it did it again. Okay. Didn't get all the way up here, but it came as low as what, 199, which is where I was sitting at 198, hoping I got that, which would have been perfect for me. And but it didn't do it. So when this happened, what I should have done at this point is just canceled it because what I was looking for already happened. But because I didn't do it, I let it sit. Boom, and it fell right on through. Look at this candle. This is the candle that executed me, and then I just let it play out. It just kept getting sideways. It couldn't go. And so my stop, I always give it 1 to 1, for at minimum. So 198 entry, 20 cents is what I was giving it, and my stock was at 178. And so basically when it couldn't get through it here, right here, I was like, okay, this is on the move now. And it was trying to run back up to VWAP. Let me hide this. Okay. This is my McGinley. I never hide that. And then here's my VWAP session. Here was VWAP. It was trying to get there. I was like, you know what? I'll take a small win on this if it can get there. So when it was moving up in here, I put the order in for 202, and I put the stop. I moved the stop at that point because there was no point in me taking a full stop when one of my theories is once things start falling out of the bottom of the VWAP sessions, then that thing is pretty much done. Okay, now it might work back in and squeeze and then pop, who knows, or squeeze and break down. But I'm just good at that point, and so I moved the stop to right under this candle 194. I had the target here. It didn't work out. I got stopped out for $60. Big whoop-de-doo. I don't care because at the end of the day, you know, my initial analysis was correct. I just need to be more efficient. The attention is in the details, man. And if you can focus on those things, even me having traded a couple years, sometimes you forget about the little minute things that are the big differences. As one of my coaches used to say, little things make big things happen. Okay, so little things are the big differences in trading. And so I just need to remind myself and focus on little things like that because if I'm gonna take the L, I'm okay taking it, even the full one. But I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the best opportunity, especially off the open because I only trade an hour. I trade from 6:30 to 7:30, and I'm done. I don't trade any longer than that. So that's really important to me. So that was my day. I'll be back at them tomorrow. T9. I'm just go over this real quick. It was just let me take off the VWAP sessions. T9 was just weak. I liked the float though, but it just showed that it was already, pretty much when you look at this is ugly over here, and it starts to get its level set, and it was trying to bounce, from these regions, but look at where it was at. You would have had to take a chance right here off the open, and it just didn't sit right with me, so I didn't. And then on top of that, it was already falling out of the VWAP sessions. So, you once I see you starting to do this, a breakdown is generally coming. So, excuse me. So I just opted to not trade it. And I think that was a great move on my part. So, that was my day. Uh, like I said, I make these videos more so for myself, because I go back and watch them and make sure that I'm focusing up, and I need to make a note to myself so I don't make that one mistake again. That's really important to me. But with that said, man, that was pretty much my breakdown of the morning. That was the pennies that were available to me, and yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Get ready to head out to the gym, let this video render, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow if anything sets up. All right, see you later.